Howdy all y'all, it's time for cake. I have been looking around, I have been digging up stuff, I have been accumulating flowers, and I have been making some plans. And one of the things I figured out, well, kind of thought about it, was that I go to Thaumcraft awful fast. Now, those of you who followed my channel probably know this is not my first time playing Hubris. This is not even my second time. This is my third time, because the first one was the very first time that I tried to make a Let's Play, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. The video was terrible, and I was kind of indecisive, just sort of running around. And the second one, well, the second one, I was not uploading it. I had 30 files, 30 episodes, and I wasn't never uploading it. And I just didn't have, I didn't have a good feeling about it. And I didn't want to, I kept coming back to it and realizing that, it's going to, anything I talk about today, people ain't going to hear it for a month or more, probably. And that kind of made it hard for me to, it was weird. So I restarted anyway. Y'all know that. But I noticed that I go straight through to Thaumcraft. There's a couple reasons for that. The number one reason, obviously, is I know my Thaumcraft. I know what I got to do. I'm familiar with it about, I'd say, midway to the end game. I have never gotten into the really heavy tainted magic stuff, but I know my way around it. I know my way around it enough that I lunge into it so I can get some ore doubling. And that's a big deal here, because this particular mod pack only has 1/4 of the ore. And I know enough to get into it that I can get things to protect me from the taint, and I know that eventually it's the only way to clean the taint. So sooner or later I got to do it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to touch it. That would be silly. And I already have done some, as you all know. Howsoever, what I have not done is I have not really heavily invested in Botania. So that is what we're going to be doing. We are going to be focusing this mod pack on Botania, and I'm going to be all about the Botania, except for a couple of things that are just plain, well, you kind of need this to survive if you're playing Hubris. So for starters, I'm going to head on over here, and I'm going to just get rid of all the dang quests that I haven't done turned in. And Thaumcraft is such a big dang part of this that it has two separate. Thaumaturge and the Arcane are both Thaumcraft. Dark Arts is, Dark Arts is Thaumcraft. The Arcane is Ars Magica. Natural Magics is Botania. And General Magic is Witchcraft. Forbidden Art is Blood Magic, that's right. And magical things. I picked up some of these stupid things, and, I'm not going to use them. I'm going to avoid them. I might use this. It's handy sometimes, but I'm not going to be using this thing. It's silly. I'm just going to be grabbing this stuff, and I'm just going to stuff it. That's nice. I'm just going to stuff it into my chest and call it done. Oh my god, that's a lot of ender pearls. Alright, and snowballs. And more interdiction torches. Okay. Alright, well, let's get rid of all that crap. Let's see here. Oh my god, that's a lot of snowballs. I gotta make another chest. Alright. Now, the way that my thing is set up here, I have to be careful where I put chests. If I put something on top of this furnace, the pigs get out. So, man, I hate doing it this way. I'm gonna come on over here. I'm gonna make... let's do just 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy, that's a lot of stuff. Alright, okay, good enough. Anyhow, so I was talking about things that are just plumb necessary. And if you're going to be working in this particular pack or any other pack that's got it, I believe it's necessary to look at Adventure Backpack. I'm going to show you this thing. Number one, you can change it to look like about 60 dozen different things, but we're just going to start with the basics. Now, I've been lucky. I killed a lot of stuff that gave me leather. When you're running around in Hubris, if you see cows that are not in a fenced-in area, you know they're going to turn into Satan spawn and come attack you sooner or later. So you kill them. And I have been doing quite a bit of that. I'm going to have to use gold ingot for leather. I'm going to have to make a sleeping bag and some backpack tanks. Let's take a look at the backpack tanks first. These take up 4 iron ingots because you're going to need 2. And 7 glass becomes 14 for 2. Now I got all my stuff set aside. 14 glass. And I'm going to need 4 iron. This is going to make a dent in my iron. Fortunately, Botania does not use a whole hell of a lot of iron. Now the last one's a problem. I have not seen many sheep. So I've got 1 hunk of wool right here. And I do not have any other wool. But what I do have is string. So I'm going to take some string. And I'm going to turn that sucker into wool. And then I'm going to take 2 wool and I'm going to make them into carpet. Why am I doing this? Well, because it requires a sleeping bag. And a sleeping bag is 3 carpet, 1 wool. So we got all our materials that we really need right here, except that I left the gold bar over there. And I'm going to start out with just making the sleeping bag here. And then I'm going to make the tanks. And now we got our chest in the middle. Gold ingot up top, sleeping bag on the bottom, tanks out to either side, and that's when I realized I didn't bring leather with me. Oops. Alright, well, okay. There we go. 4 leather. Let's try that one more time. Ding, ding, ding. I'm going to have to make myself some decent crafting tables because these just do not cut it. And there we go. We have an adventure backpack. Now, this thing is nothing shy of awesome. For starters, you put it on the ground. Okay, you can open it. Look at all this space. Well, it's not all what you might think. We can't use this for storage. That's a portable crafting table. Now, these things, we can only put tools in them. But that's all right. I don't mind that. In fact, let me go ahead, get myself... Well, I got myself crops. Hey, I should check on my crops, see how they're doing. Turn some crops into sticks. Turn that into a cobble hoe. And let's head on over here. Now, I can take my cobble hoe, and I can take my axe. Oh, looky there. This will only take tools. And now, if I pick this thing up, which I do by crouching and left-click till it breaks, and now it's on my back. There we are. And if you look, you can see my hoe is there, and you can see an axe hanging down. Well, if I put my mouse wheel over here, and I crouch, look at that. It's rotating what's in my hand, and swapping out the stuff that's on the pack. So now I only need 1 slot on my toolbar for tools. Now, I consider that to be a pretty sweet trade-off for starters, no matter what else goes on with this thing. Now, to put it down again, we gotta, let's see, how's it work here? Open it. Is there a key for it? Yeah, B key. B key opens up your backpack. If you push this button, it moves it to your menu bar. There it is on number 2. We can put it down again. Now, the other thing you can do is these are liquid tanks. And this bucket thing here, you can take a full bucket, put it here. It'll move the liquid into this. It'll put the bucket right there. So you can carry around water, you can carry around lava, you can carry around whatever. And like most backpacks, if you're carrying it, you get killed, it's gonna land someplace around where you were dying. Now, one thing a lot of folks complain about in this particular mod pack is that they can't find the pack when they die. Well, this fibrous taint here, that's considered to be a surface. and the pack will not come to rest on top of fibrous taint. You can see that it's like a 16th thickness block right here. It'll come to rest on blocks that are solid. It will not come to rest on blocks that are transparent like that are partly transparent. So the thing that's got to happen is anytime you die, you got to go look around. It might be 10 blocks away. It might be 10 blocks away down below you in a cave, for all you know, if there's too much fibrous taint and other crap around for it to work with. Let me just get into bed while I'm talking. Shoot, chicken. And that bugged a hell of a lot of people who could not piece that out and put one and one together to make two. And, you know, they lost their packs. They didn't go looking for them. They didn't know where to look. So that was a problem. Don't let it be a problem for you, and the adventure and backpack will treat you well. Okay, let's see. Are those cooked? Those are cooked. I'm going to get rid of them first. Alright. So, Botania. First thing I got to do that I have not done yet is I'm going to have to get myself some water. We're going to need a source of replenishable water. There's some water right there. But I'm going to need more. So the first thing I'm going to do is open my backpack, take the water bucket. I love it. I love it. Alright. And we're going to get ourselves up and out of here. And we need to go grab some water real quick. So there's a spot right here. Nice and easy peasy. Into the backpack. There we go. Whoops. That didn't work. There we are. Whoops. Ha. I'm an idiot. Yeah, if you don't move the thing... Whoa, hello. If you don't move that thing out on its own, it will... Where'd you go? If you don't move it out on its own, it will fall down. Where's my bow? There's my bow. Pardon me. I just get tired of having too many of these things near my base. Also, they tend to drop nice things. And when I say nice things, well, y'all might see that some boots that look interesting just popped up in slot 4. Let's see. Heavy iron boots of armor. Okay, it's got damage resistance and knockback. So far, I'm wearing some armored iron boots and some diamond pants and a diamond helm that are pretty nice for me. One of them helps sense ores. And I told you about the problems finding ores here. There's only 1/4 of the ore spawn, so that's a thing. That's a serious thing, that it shows where ores are at. And I'm going to dump some eggs in here, dump some feathers in here. Damn it, I picked up a taint tendril someplace. Oh, stupid creeper. That's where I picked up a taint tendril. Don't pick up taint tendrils. Don't do it. It's bad for you. Okay. I don't really want my Botania works to be in this horrible uneven mess that I got right here. But, you know, I don't see a lot of options just this second. I mean, I can go someplace else and get myself a slightly better, slightly more level ground, but the place with the level ground, I'm using that to, oops, drop the bucket. Just like I said, if you don't move it out of that slot, it just drops it. Okay, there we go. Standard, simple, infinite pool. Y'all know that trick. And an egg. So let's see what we got so far on Botania. Well, for starters, I can't figure out where I put my book. So we're going to go over here to my Thaumcraft chest, pull out a book. Oh yeah, these are going to become important. They're from Thaumcraft, but I'm going to use them just because of the problems with the ore here. So, also let's put them away somewhere. That'll do. So I got my book. Any book plus any sapling equals our Botania guide. And you probably all have heard me sing its praises before. It is the most well put together book I have ever seen. And that is going to, come on, natural magic. There we go. That gives us our Lexica Botania, and that gets us 5 floral fertilizer. And we can use the floral fertilizer to grow more Botania style flowers. So I am not going to wait. I'm just going to immediately do that thing. There we go. And I'm just going to grab all of these while attempting not to beat any chickens senseless. No, I just uprooted a tree there. Now, I already have a fair selection, I say, of Botania flowers. Now, part of that is because I grabbed a lot on day one, but part of that is also because I went out to spend some time in the Twilight Forest having my head handed to me by wolves, because they're nasty over there. And in the process, getting myself a ton of flowers. So, because all the flowers here are dead, it's all purple slime now, except for the tall ones. And you need shears to collect the tall ones. I've got shears, but I've been busy. So, our next step is we're going to need to make, and it tells us this quest-wise, but even if we didn't have the quest, Petal Apothecary is always going to be our second thing. And to make a Petal Apothecary, we're going to need a petal, for starters. So let me see what I've got the most of. Holy shit, I have 49 purple flowers. I only have 12 purple, 49 magenta. So I'm going to strip one of them. Just take your flower, put it in a crafting block, 2 petals, voila. And I'm going to need to get myself some slabs. So we'll just take some cobble, 2 slabs, plus a petal, plus some cobble, and there is our Petal Apothecary. And y'all can read all about it here inside of the Botania manual. But I'll show you how it works. I always believe showing is better than telling. Funny thing, so does the fellow who did Botania, and you can find lots of videos on how to make all the stuff in Botania by clicking through the book. We can still access that chest because the Petal Apothecary is transparent. Now, it does not work until you put some water in it. So we got our Petal Apothecary, and the next thing it wants is it wants a pure daisy. Well, the pure daisy, as our manual will tell us, is used to convert wood and stone into Livingwood and Livingrock. And you can make Livingwood into twigs. You can do all kinds of things with Livingrock. But we make a daisy, and this is our Petal Apothecary. This is kind of the crafting layout for it, using 4 white petals. So we know we're going to need to take 2 with mystical white flowers. I'm going to temporarily put this sucker away. Strip the petals off them. There we go. And we're going to drop those right in here, one at a time, because dropping them in a stack for some reason seems to mess things up. Now, here's the thing. Oh, I need to turn off whatchamacallit. I don't remember what it's called. Shoot. Okay, well, in this case, it's being relatively helpful. I need some seeds to make this work. I don't think witchcraft seeds will do it. But I've got some seeds over there. We go. That's what I want. So I'm going to drop one of these in. And there is our pure daisy. So immediately, I'm going to put that sucker down here. And I'm going to take some wood. And I'm going to try not to kill my stupid pig. Come on, pig, get out of there. No, really, seriously, I mean it, get out of here. Oh, I might kill the pig anyway. There, go, get. There. Okay. And we can see some little faint sparkles now. And that means it's working. So we're going to need some wood. We're also going to need some stone. Now, I have not been making stone. I have been making a ton charcoal, but no stone. So let's fix that up a bit. I'm gonna get rid of this coal because I'm not doing a ton of mining right now. And while that's happening, let's go ahead and turn this quest in. Oh, it's got one more detection coin. It wants a wand of the forest. Okay, that's going to take us a second. We got to wait for this stuff to convert, and then I can make twigs out of it. So we're waiting for this to convert, and we're waiting for that to cook, but this won't take too long. I'm surprised it hasn't popped already, to be frank. Huh. There it goes. Oh, piggy. Alright. And there's that one. Alright. And we can make twigs by just taking 2 of them, stacking them like that. So we need 3 twigs. And I'm going to need some more petals. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take 1 more white flower, and I'm going to crack that one, and I'm going to take this magenta flower, and we'll head over here, and we will take these Livingwood twigs, 1, 2, 3, and a pink petal and a white petal. Any color will do, but it pays attention, you notice. It knows which petal colors you used. And there is our wand of the forest, and now we have a quest turn in. And claim our reward. That's going to give us 3 more floral fertilizer and a pestle and mortar that we can use to grind the flowers into pulp. So I'm going to get rid of this immediately. Whoops, that was a tree. There we go. And there. Alright. And as you can see, this moves pretty quickly. Now, I usually like to have a couple of them, but, you know, it's doing alright. I really need to put these pigs and chickens into their own little spot at some point. So the next thing we're going to need, now that we got start on this here wood, other than a way to get pigs to stay the hell away from where I'm working. There we go. Now it's going to convert that into Livingrock. And I'm going to put this stuff away over here. And I'm going to put these flowers over here. And let's see what it wants us to do next. We're just kind of rushing down the task list that it gives us. Okay, so a flower pouch. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to use that because I don't have much in the way of wool. But let's have a look. Flower pouch. Yeah, that's going to need 5 wool and a petal. I don't have it right now. So that one's we're going to sit out on that for a bit. But what we can do is we can make some Dayblooms and an Endoflame. Now these are more flowers made the same way that we made the pure daisy, but these are what we call generating flowers, and we call them that because they create mana for us. So what I'm going to be doing for starters, well, for starters, let's look in the book. And let's go to mana manipulation, generating flora. You can see there's a bunch here, but we're concerned with the Daybloom for starters. Now, we want them in a checkerboard pattern. If you put them like this, they don't work too well. They require 2 yellow petals, a light blue petal, and an orange petal. So that is our next step, is to get that. Actually, my next step is to do this. And go back over here for a little bit more stone. And the chicken moved. Thank you, Mr. Chicken. Okay. So, we're going to refill that. And we need 2 yellow petals. And we're going to be making, let's make 4 of these, I'd say. I believe the quest requires 3. Requires 3. Okay. I'm going to make 4 because to make a Daybloom, we need 2 of these, but 1 light blue and 1 orange. Well, every time we break a flower, we get 2 petals, so it's easier to make 4 than it is to make 3, at least in terms of efficiency, having stuff left over, all that kind of thing. So there's our light blue and there's our orange. And I'm going to take those and break those. And there's our yellow. Excellent. Where did I put the seeds now? Did I put them away? I'm an idiot. Oh, where did I put them? Are they in here? Yeah, they are. Okay. There goes our Livingrock. Okay, so I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, and seeds. And fill the bucket, fill the pedestal. 1, 2, 3, 4, and some seeds. Okay. Pardon me. I don't usually have trouble when I throw in 2 of something, but if I try to throw in 3 or 4, sometimes things happen. Anyhow, now I've got 4 Dayblooms, which is plenty for the quest. The problem is the next thing it wants, well, it wants an Endoflame. And if I remember right, an Endoflame requires a mana petal. So let's have a look at Endoflames. There we go, second thing on the list. It not only requires a light gray petal, and a brown petal, and a red petal, but it requires a brown mana petal, and a red mana petal. Now that's a thing. Well, we make those by dropping normal petals into a mana pool. And a mana pool, we make a mana pool by taking this stuff over here, our Livingrock, and making kind of a minecart shape out of it. I did not have enough to make 2. Well, dang. Okay, so I'm going to put the mana pool down here. Where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it down here. This is all temporary because, dang, I do not like having... Come back. I do not like having this stuff on a slope like this. But we'll get started. We'll get some things done. The only thing we're not going to get done is we're not going to see any mana from that. Why? Well, those are Dayblooms, and it's night out. And that right there is what you might call a serious incompatibility. Okay. So, let me fix the night problem real quick here. Pardon me, just needed a little bit of tea. Okay, so we've got our Dayblooms, and we can look at them using a wand of the forest, and we can see that this is filling up. See that yellow bar? Yeah, they're filling on up. They're getting lots of mana. This one's near full. They're all near full. And then nothing happens. Why is that? Well, the mana pool will not gather stuff into it all by its lonesome. It needs to have it injected by some other system. And that other system is called a mana spreader. And for our mana spreader, we're going to need some gold. And I've got some gold ore right here. So I'm going to tuck that in there. And I'm going to put a couple oak saplings in to melt it. I mentioned these things were going to come in handy. I'm going to take that one because it makes a stack go away. these usually contain gold coins. Well, like that, 14 gold coins. Well, we can take 18 gold coins and we can melt those puppies into gold nuggets using a smelter. So the value becomes pretty apparent all of a sudden, don't it? So let's take those 18 gold coins, and I'm going to grab myself a couple of bits of charcoal here. That's going to get started melting those puppies. Meanwhile, I'm going to come back over here with wood. I have to keep feeding this thing for a little bit, just a little while. There we go. Alright, so we got our gold bar. Now I'm going to need, funnily enough, another petal. So there's my petal. Why am I keep running over to the crafting table? I got a crafting table on my back. We take a gold ingot, any flavor of petal, and we take half a dozen Livingwood. And that gets us our mana spreader. Now we're going to put that mana spreader, I'm going to put a piece of wood here, and I'm going to put the mana spreader up top of it, and then I'm going to get rid of this piece of wood. Now the mana spreader is pointing this way. That does us no good whatsoever. Your wand of the forest, when you hold it, for one thing, it shows you the way the mana spreaders are pointing. The other thing is, if you hold it and you mouse over a mana generating thing like this, or a mana containing thing like a mana pool, and you right click, it shows you its current mana status. But it's got two modes, as I was saying. If you crouch and you right click, it'll shift between bind mode and function mode. We want it for this trick in bind mode, so I'm going to shift right click on the mana spreader, and now it's highlighted. See that colored glowing box? Yeah. And now I'm going to point at the mana pool, shift right click, and now it's aiming at the mana pool. And look at that, it's already starting to fill with mana. Now we only got 4 Dayblooms, and that is precious few. So it's going to take a few seconds to get any sizable amount of mana in it. And I'm going to take those 2 seconds to go next door, and we are going to see what kind of condition our crops are in, because they were looking pretty good last time I was over here, and it's possible that they are ready. Well, close. Oh, it just changed. Okay, so we started over here with an unanalyzed seed that would have been a 1-1-1 seed. It produces 1 bit of wheat. It grows at a speed of 1. It has 1 resistance to weeds. Now we get over here, and things should be changing due to all the crossbreeding we're doing. We're not planting a seed now. Remember, we're making each of these new ones, starting with just that 1 seed by putting down 1 crop and then another, so we get this box-shaped cross crop. And now we got seeds here. Excellent. Now we're not moving that far along with the potatoes. These aren't quite ready yet. I could put these down though, and that'll be a start. Now I don't have to wait for this seed to grow. In fact, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to grab that seed right there. I'm going to take that seed, put it in here, and look at this. Now it's got growth 4, gain 6, strength 6. That means if I plant this sucker, it's going to give me 3. Let me see it. At gain 6, does it give me 2 or 3? Anyway, it's going to give me more than 1 wheat. At gain 10, it'll give me 4, sometimes 5. By comparison, if I look at one of these seeds, it's 1-1-1. It's nothing. So I'm going to break all of these now. And we can tell by the way that some of them don't stack, which is why they're lying on the ground, that they are not 1-1-1 seeds, and they are certainly not 6-4 or whatever, 4-6-6 seeds. that's the one I want to plant. So I'm going to grab my crops again, come over here, and I'm going to plant that seed. And that we see is a 466. That's going to be nice. The rest of these, well, I'm not that interested in them. They take up a lot of space, and they can't really be used for much. I mean, I can use them for like the seeds for what do you call, for Botania, but I got plenty of seeds already. I don't need that. So I'm just gonna lob them on over here. Not those. Those are the ones I want to keep. And while I'm here, I'm gonna come on over. I'm gonna bust up this cactus, because cactuses are very useful things. I found that in a flower pot in a village, by the way, and that is an excellent reason for raiding villages. I will explain why in the future. I'm going to take those with me. But for now, let's come back over here. We are at 36 minutes, and I am not ashamed to say I'm planning to make this 1 hour show. Now, to make our Endoflame, and I'm pretty sure we only need one. Yep, one. We need a brown mana petal, a red mana petal. So let's go ahead and break out those petals here. Actually, I'm going to break this. That's a tall plant, and they don't stack, you notice, with the other ones. Okay, now the tall plant's going to give us 4 petals. I can deal with that. So let's come over here. And if we are fortunate, shoot pig, if we are fortunate, is that an X or a check mark? That is an X. It used to be the X was red, and it was easy to tell that you wouldn't be able to do what you wanted to do. Alright, well, the Dayblooms are working. So's the mana spreader. And the mana pool is, well, it's doing what it can. So let's try that again. Nope. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this into a real mana pool. Actually, let me check that. Can you even do mana petals in a dilute mana pool? I'm not sure. Well, let's go ahead and make a real mana pool anyway. To do that, we're going to take and make another dilute mana pool. And the way that you make a mana pool is by chucking a dilute mana pool. There we go. See that green check now? We chuck this in here, and we get a proper mana pool. Now we got that red mark. But the problem is, yeah, it's not going to let us do that. The other one wasn't letting us do that. I don't think we can do this in a dilute pool. So, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make another pool. In fact, I'm going to make 2. We're going to need a lot of these. And we're going to try to use up that mana just so it doesn't go to waste. Well, that's as close as we get. Sorry, folks. Alright, and put that down. And now that should start filling up with mana. Providing there's no chickens in the way. I don't think a chicken will make the mana not happen. I don't know. I don't want him there anyhow. Stop that. Chickens seem to be attracted to half blocks. I cannot tell why. I'm not sure at all. Oh yeah, sun's going down. We'll fix that. Okay. Any moment, that thing, there it goes. That little burst of green. Was it doing its thing? Let's see now. Nope, not enough. Alright, we're going to have to wait a little bit. This annoys me because basically what this quest is requiring is it's requiring that we wait before we can finish it out. I mean, there is no way that we can speed this thing up without making more plants. And, you know, that's not something I'm interested in doing just this second. Let's get some of these things. I'm going to put the cactus over here. And I'm going to put the petals over here. They're left over. Actually, we want half of them. Eggs, feathers. I'm carrying too much crap is what I'm doing. There's our Livingrock. That ring goes in there. Emeralds. That's from that one thing that turned into emeralds when dropped. Crazy amount of emeralds. Okay, let's see. Dilute mana pool, regular mana pool. We're not going to be using either of them for a little bit, so I'm going to put them in here too. How are we doing on this? Nope, still no good. That red X means too bad for you. Alright, we got this done here. I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4 saplings. And I'm going to shove them in here to cook up those last 2 gold coins. Because 2 saplings is enough to do any single item. And once that is done, we'll be able to convert those gold coins into gold bars. And I consider that a better, I don't know, fairer somehow, I suppose, than using that gold block that came from the thing I looted as a quest reward. Because, I don't know, that's just, I don't know, it's kind of cheesy somehow. Okay. There. Put you in there. Oh, I already had a gold nugget. Okay. Alright. And I'm going to put the iron nuggets next to the iron. And what else? What else? Let's put y'all up there. Put you up there. I should do something with them melons. Don't need that right now. Don't need so damn many of them. Not going to need those for a while. Don't need a bucket just a second. Okay, how we doing? Nope. Well, that ain't the greatest thing ever. Let's just do this. Now, you can convert crops into sticks, but you can't convert sticks into crops easily because you need 4 sticks to make crops. So we just convert 2 more back, turn them into crops. There we go. Now it's taking less space. How we doing? Nope. Of course, the irritating thing is I'm going to need a red mana petal and a brown mana petal. So as long as it's taken to get ready to do one, I'm going to have to do another one when it's done. That's just not fun. Waiting and waiting and waiting. How we doing? Okay, we can put down another crop here. And that one turned into seeds. Did not turn itself into a weed. That's what I was worrying about, a weed. I didn't bring any. Oh, well, there's some. There we go. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm just going to really, for just a little bit, gather some resources here, which is boring. And I apologize. But I'm kind of stuck. I could do something that's not related to Botania, but I don't know. I don't want to do the thing I always do and chase down after Thaumcraft and follow the same predictable path, I suppose, that I always end up following. So for the moment, hey, look at that. There we go. We now have one red mana petal, and our mana pool is stupid low again and will not let us get another, but I need a brown one anyway, not a red one, so won't do that neither. Dayblooms, as I may have mentioned, they suck. The Endoflame, once we get the Endoflame, we will be able to generate a hell of a lot of mana very quickly, but until we do, we are stuck with the Dayblooms and maybe with some Nightblooms, and it's just kind of sad. It's just kind of pathetic. And you know what I think I'm gonna do? Let me see here. I got my bucket. Where's my bucket? There's my bucket. I'm gonna go, because sooner or later, you know, we're going to need some. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to milk a cow over here. Now, you may notice that I tore down the center part of that altar that was over here. It still has a bunch of obsidian sitting around, but yeah. Got rid of the important bit. Okay, good. That's done. That's near ready. Oh, it's ready. Okay. Put down some more crops. It'll spread into those, and it'll get more powerful. And eventually we will have wheat, where a single wheat seed is going to give us just a ridiculous amount of wheat. Okay. Wow. Look at all this. Hello, Bessie. All right. There's our milk. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit for the cow to kind of get its udder under control. So I'm going to take that time to grab myself a tiny bit more wood here. One of the resources we are going to burn a lot of early on in Botania is we are going to burn a heck of a lot of wood. Literally burn it. So this is not idle wood gathering, as it were. This does serve a very specific purpose. Now I'm going to take my milk here, and I'm going to put it there, and now I've got milk in the other container. If I look back at myself, I can see that, oh, it's not working. Okay. When it's working properly, y'all can see if you got water or milk or whatever inside of them. But not today. Where'd you go? There she is. You ready? Nope. Alright. I'm hoping that by the time I go back to the other little spot over there that it will be all set up and I will be able to get my nope. I will be able to get my other mana petal done, because once we've got an Endoflame, as I already mentioned, mana generation comes much faster. Now, some of you might have noticed that for starters, I've got like 1 1/4 rows of hearts. Well, part of that is due to a piece of armor I picked up. Where is it? Health boost when equipped, plus 2.5. This is also the one that senses nearby ores. Now, the other thing is, the normal row of hearts has got these kind of weird gold flickering ruins on them. That is because I'm carrying a runic shield, which every so often will absorb 1 point of damage. And when it does, it will take power out of my wand here. So every so often I need to try to recharge that. Are you ready? Because I'm about ready to leave. Nope. Alright, fine. This one is not optional because I can't get out of here if I don't chop this tree down. I don't know if I should call that poor planning on my part or a design bonus. Ain't too sure. Anyway, up here we go. And over here. And that's seeding very nicely. And those are growing, but they're not getting anywhere much. Cactus hasn't grown none. Okay. Yes. Hot dog. Okay, now we got a red mana petal, brown mana petal, brown petal, and what actually was the other color we needed? Light gray. Hot dog. See, all these animals like getting into, for some stupid damn reason, they like getting into any kind of a thing that is a transparent block, and I cannot figure out why. Light gray flower, there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to be red mana petal, red petal, brown mana petal, brown petal, and a light gray, and a seed. And there is our Endoflame. And we got the Meltdown achievement. Okay. Let me top this puppy off here. Get the stupid eggs out of there. And let's turn this in. 100%, 100%. That's going to get us Rune of Fire, another Endoflame, 7 Dayblooms, and an open crate. And some Nightshades. Now the Nightshades will get us stuff during the night, but not a lot, so it's not worth it. It's just really not worth it. But I'm going to put them down. I'm not proud. Whoops. Come on. There we go. Now I'm going to put more Endoflames down. Sorry, more Dayblooms. Now I'm going to put the Endoflames down. Now I don't want them here where I'm breaking stuff that's flammable. I want them way the heck over here probably. I want them away from things. So I'm going to put one there and one there. Now what's going to happen is, first off, let me be sure they're close enough. Okay, I can see the mana coming from that thing. And you notice here that when I have it moused over that, it's the mana spreader is glowing with a little color changing box around it. I need the same thing to happen when I mouse over the Endoflame. And it does for that one, and it does for that one. So we're golden. Now the thing is, Endoflames burn stuff to make mana. So we are going to start out by just handing them some nice chewy charcoal. And you may see the slight red glow there. Sorry about that, just bumped my microphone. And now look at this thing go. It is just pumping mana into that pool. At least for a few seconds. There it goes again. Beautiful. Gonna be even better in daylight with all these Dayblooms floating around. But the Nightblooms are helping some. I'm gonna drop a couple more charcoal over there. But what is gonna need to happen is I'm gonna need to set up a thing that will automate all of this. So I'm going to grab some redstone. Do I have any trapdoors? I do not. Okay. Well, that's all right. That's all right. So let's see. I need to make a pressure plate. That's a trapdoor. Pressure plate. There we go. Now the problem I've got can be summed up rather simply. It's called pigs. Get the hell away. I'm working here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dump a couple bits of this. Whoop. And now those are both working again. Now what I want to have happen is I want to have this thing linking to, let's see, that won't work. Let's try coming over here. I don't know why it's going to that other Endoflame. Let me get some rock. The goal of this here exercise is to create a situation where we can use the open crate, which will drop stuff that's been put into it into the world. So we're going to use an open crate and a hopper. And with the open crate and the hopper, we are going to make ourselves an automated system. So let's start with this. Nope. Okay. And when I do that, it goes that way. Dang it. Let's put you in the corner. Okay. Now then. Shoot, get out. Go. Get. Damn it. Pigs. Okay. Put that there. Put that there. Now, that turns off this. As long as there is something here, this is going to be off. That's what I wanted to see. So now I got to move the pig again. Put that up there. Good. Now that is off. Actually, do I want that off? Let me think about this. Okay. Alright, that is lit. That's good. Lit is good. So, there. And I'm going to put the open crate right here. And I'm going to just temporarily, for the purposes of the exercise, grab this hopper. Where'd the hopper go? There it is. And I'm going to grab all this charcoal. Okay. And I'm going to put the hopper up there. Oops, can't do that. Darn it. There. Now it's feeding into the open crate. 2, 3, 4. Whoops, nope, give me that. Okay. Now, why is that not working? Because the signal being on turns the hopper off. That's why. So I need to invert that signal again. That's the problem. Okay. So, to do that, well, that isn't exactly working either. Life. Don't talk to me about life. Okay. Alright. Pressure plates on. All kinds of crap's falling into the world. That switch is off. I want it to turn on again. No. Mr. Pig, I need you to stay the hell out of there. Fine, you're bacon. Okay. How about that? Yes! That's what I want. Excellent. So now it's going to drop coal onto the pressure switch, turns this off, turns that on, which turns the hopper off. When there's coal here, nothing happens. When there isn't any, hopper drops some. Excellent. That is exactly what I wanted to be going on here. Alright, now that is just going to keep filling up our mana pool all the livelong day. We can see that this is jetting just as fast as it can. I'm going to improve matters a little by adding another Endoflame or two. So let me see here. That was brown and red, and I already got a light gray. There. Good. Excellent. Right away. Got what we wanted. Okay. Light gray, brown mana, brown petal, red mana, red petal, and one seed. And there's another Endoflame. Let's go ahead and put it down here. Excellent. So what we're doing with this is we are speeding up mana generation. Why do we care about mana generation? Well, we can do things with all this mana. For starters, those cacti that I brought over here, where did I put them puppies? Did I put them in here? I did. Let me take one of these puppies down here. Oh wait, nope, can't do that for now. I have to do something else first. There's trick. There's trick. But what I can do is I can show you this. And that is our first Manasteel ingot. And that is a big part of how Botania works. We are going to be able to create armor using Manasteel. We are going to be able to create tools and weapons using Manasteel. And eventually we are going to be able to synthesize all kinds of entertaining stuff. But for now I am just going to make 2 more of these puppies here. Let's see, 2 and 2 red. Wait, I've already got 2 red petals here. And 1 light gray. There we go. Okay. Excellent. Bucket. Okay. One light gray. One of them. One of them. One of them. One of them. And a seed. And more water. Okay. We'll be able to make runes pretty soon also. And I'm going to definitely be getting into that next time. But for now I'm just going to be content with getting another Endoflame here. And another one here. I just want to be absolutely positively sure that this Endoflame here. Damn it, piggy. That Endoflame, yep, it's making the thing turn on. Alright, so I got some problems that I need to fix. Among other things, I got livestock issues. Hi, livestock. Alright, how many pigs have I got left? You and you. Talk to each other. Okay. So I'm going to put some fence over there as a stopgap. And that should keep them out. Alright, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright. This pleases me. And that mana pool is going to be filling up pretty quick. Y'all can see now why I had prepped by making so dang much charcoal. We are at 1 hour and 7 minutes, which is way long even for me. So I'm going to just keep doing things here to help improve mana circulation with the things I've already shown you. And next time around, we are going to start doing some other stuff. For example, I'm going to take one of these diamonds right here. I'm going to put that in there. Now I've got a mana diamond. And as the very last thing we do today, nope, don't have what it takes. Never mind. We'll do it next time. Thank y'all for your patience. I do hope you've enjoyed watching. We are going to be focusing on Botania. I'm going to do the Hubris thing, but I'm going to be doing the Botania thing as a big part of that. Let's take one real quick look. We did that. Oh yeah, we get our taters and we get a mana star. All that does is show us if a pool is gaining or losing mana. Not the most useful thing ever. Didn't do that. We'll do this next time, and we'll do that next time, and we'll do that next time. Alright, fellas. Y'all have a good one. Tell your friends, cake is good for you.